Behind me as well, behind me.
Okay, I still don't have stuff.
He's dying as well.
I'm dead.
He's dead as well. I killed them all of them dead, all of them. He's out, kill him quickly, kill him quickly. Dead, dead. Okay, kill him as well then. Okay, there's 2 players on me as well.
Yeah, there's Spider-Man.
I got them both, easy, 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 easy.
He's almost dead.
All dead, all dead, all dead. Let's go. That's how we do it. This boat is fucking nuts, dude.
Three of them in the hallway.
Yeah, I'm flanking them all, dude.
They're all stuck. Oh.
Coming from checkpoint.
Yeah, they're still in the hallway.
I've killed all of them, dude. Hello my friends, welcome to another Division 2 build video. This is going to be a very in-depth one, as we have a lot to cover. Also, I'm currently using 3 different variations of this build, and I'll make a video for each of them, just to give you guys the best possible builds for every situation. So stay tuned, I'll release all of them hopefully in the same week, so subscribe to get them as they come out. Firstly, I would like to apologize for the lack of gameplay at the start. I know you guys have been liking it and I've been wanting to put it out. I fought plenty with this boat. All the footage is on my stream. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to record special footage just for this video. As I have not been able to PvP properly within the last few days, as our South African undersea cables have been damaged and we have had insane packet loss and high pings to the rest of the world. So PvP has been a nightmare for me. So I'm waiting for them to resolve the issue. There is, like I said, tons and tons of footage on my stream though. So if you want to go there and check it out, you're more than welcome to. Link will be down in the description. I stream most days, so come and enjoy the carnage with me. I do mostly DZ and Conflict, solo with friends and sometimes viewers. And also I cover all PvE content too, from heroics to legendaries. And on weekends we even do raids with the clan and also viewers. So I pretty much have everything covered. But I'm mostly a PvP focused player. Also, if this build helped you out and made you the PvP machine that you know you can be, hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and destroy that notification bell so you know when I upload my next video. With that out of the way, let's get right into the build. This is a solo / group PvP build, and it does everything. You do damage, and you're also very, very hard to kill. There's also 4th of July explosions that even Michael Bay will be proud of. I killed all 3 of them with a pestilence explosion. Oh no, dude. Not a pestilence, I mean true Patriot explosion. I killed 2 more with explosion, dude. This is stupid, bro. And now the other guy got the league, mine is dying, dude. Oh no. Oh no. This is so very unfortunate.
Yeah, now I see why
He
people
again
go
died,
back to
dude.
Division
He
1.
again died to the explosion. What is going on here, dude? And the other guy died to bleeding. No. I killed one guy and they all died, dude. What is going on here? No.
Hex.
There are some serious synergies going on in this build, and I will do my best to explain them to you guys. So watch until the very end so you don't miss out on anything. Okay, let's talk about the true Patriot set. I'm sure most of you know what its talents are, but let's explain it for the new players out there watching this video wanting to, get good at PvP. because this build will make you better by just using it. I promise. Alright, what is True Patriot? For 2-piece True Patriot, you get 30% ammo capacity. Not the most broken thing, but it's definitely a welcome addition. For 3-piece True Patriot, you get plus 30% magazine size. Now that is amazing. It makes my Pestilence have 130 rounds in the mag. Now, I know you might say, oh, that doesn't matter. Well, when you're facing a whole squad of enemies and your Pestilence takes forever to reload, you will be thanking that extra 30% mag size, because it might just win you a fight. And now, for the most important part, for 4-piece True Patriot, you get the red, white, and blue debuffs talent. For every 2 seconds, enemies you shoot receive a stacking debuff of red, white, and blue. Red amplifies the enemy's damage taken by 8%. This means that you do 8% more multiplicative damage to your enemy, which is absolutely insane, right? Blue means it decreases the enemy's damage dealt by 8%, which is also massive as well. The enemy does less damage to you. Who doesn't want that? And now, let's move to possibly the best debuff in the build, the white debuff. White debuff is shooting the enemy repairs you and your allies' armor by 5% once every second. Now, it's worth mentioning, at the time of filming this, the white debuff does not work on your teammates. It only works for you. But it's still so good. It basically gives you the clutch effect from last patch, where the longer you shoot, the longer you live. So it's perfect for 1v1 face tanking with that big magazine as well. Or what I do, if I'm facing more than one person, if I'm facing 3 or 4 people, I will stack the white debuff on all of them, and then I become unkillable, as you get 5% armor back every second for the amount of enemies that you have stacked. The healing is just stupid, and you become immortal, which gives you time to stack that Pestilence Plague on everybody. Speaking of the Pestilence, let me explain another synergy here. When you're stacking the Pestilence Plague on enemies, they will tick for 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This works with the white debuff, guys. It is crazy. So even if you're not shooting your enemy right now, maybe you're reloading your gun or you're ducking in cover to use a medkit, the plague is still ticking on them, and you're still healing for 5% of your total armor every second for 10 seconds per stacked enemy. Can you believe that? So you continue being unkillable or really hard to kill even when you're not shooting. Do you see the synergy here? It is absolutely crazy. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit excited, but the build is incredible. The synergy is crazy. Okay? And by the way, it gets even better. This is why we need the True Patriot backpack. It's absolutely essential for the build because it gives us the Patriotic Boost talent, right? It increases our debuff's strength. It makes the red debuff from 8% more damage to 12%, the white debuff from 5% to 8%, so we just get more armor, more healing every second, right? And the blue from 8 to 12, so you do 12% more damage, multiplicative to enemies, you take 12% less damage from them, and also you heal for 8% of your armor every single second. When we have such a big armor pool of 1.7 million, you can probably have more, by the way. I don't have the perfect rolls, but if you have 1.7 million, can you imagine getting 8% of your armor every single second? That is per stacked enemy. If you have 3 or 4 people stacked up, you're getting all of that per second, and you just have full HP all the time, right? You become a super tank. Okay, I hope I explained this well. If not, please ask me to clarify down in the comments, and as always, I will try to help everywhere I can. You know that I read all my comments. You guys that have been here before, you see I heart every comment and I respond to every comment as soon as I see them. So feel free to ask me anything about the build, guys. I will be more than happy to help you out. Now for the last debuff, Full Flag. Enemies that die while under the effect of all 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion, dealing damage equal to their total health and armor. So if I kill someone with 1 million armor and say 300k HP, I just unleashed a 1.3 million damage explosion upon the unlucky teammates of the guy I just destroyed within 5 meters. Are you kidding me? No guys, I'm not kidding. to top it all off, this specific debuff is also broken. Yes, you heard me. It's more broken. Let me explain what actually can happen, and it happens very often. It also procs on skill death or expiration, not just player death. So if my enemy is running a defender drone or any deployable skill, and that skill happens to expire or get destroyed, he takes that full armor plus HP damage. So it works as an execute. His skill dies and he dies with it. That is why you should never ever run a drone against this build. What I do, I run my defender drone as it provides me with 10% damage reduction, which is amazing, and it further stacks damage mitigation with the blue debuff, right? But if I'm facing this build, I immediately switch to the big shield, so I don't forget to use my drone by mistake. I have literally died and killed my whole team because of my drone dying. It is very, very powerful. Okay, so much covered and we haven't even looked at the pieces. So let's do that. Alright, for the mask, we have a true Patriot mask with armor and headshot damage. It's worth mentioning that you can also run crit chance here if you don't like headshot damage. Also, the Pestilence is quite an inaccurate weapon and its crosshair doesn't close as much, so for me, even sometimes it's hard to hit headshots. I haven't tried crit myself, but I have heard from others that it's quite good. Okay, so you guys are welcome to give that one a try and let me know how you feel. As the mod, we are running incoming repairs everywhere possible. It is by far the best defensive mod for this build, and it further synergizes with the build because not only does it give you almost up to 100% of your armor back from Unbreakable, it also increases your wide debuff healing, which is so massive. For the backpack, we are using a true Patriot backpack with armor and headshot damage, and once again incoming repairs mod. For the holster, we're using a true Patriot holster with armor and headshot damage. For the knee pads, we are using true Patriot knee pads with armor and headshot damage. For the gloves, we're using Contractor's Gloves, Petrov Defense Group. It gives us 10% LMG damage. Also, it gives us 15% weapon damage to armor, and headshot damage. It is important to mention that 11% damage to armor is multiplicative stat, so it's extremely powerful. For the chest piece, we have a few options. The absolute best in slot chest piece would actually be an RNK chest piece for that extra 15% incoming repairs Brent said bonus. But that will be by far the hardest piece of gear that you'll ever have to acquire. I call it my white whale. It is a myth, I tell you. I will find a 3-horned unicorn before I find this piece. Why, you ask? Let me tell you how much RNGesus has to bless you in order to get this piece. Because RNK always drops with +1 skill tier. Let me see if I actually have an RNK to show you here. I do. It always comes with +1 skill tier. And we don't want that. We want armor. So I would have to get an unbreakable RNK chest piece with a high roll of headshot damage and a high roll of hazard protection from when they want to set us on fire. This will also be the chest piece I'd use in my next video, wink wink. And then we would have to roll the +1 skill tier into armor. I have probably crafted over 100 RNK chest pieces at this point, and I have farmed RNK target loot in light side and in dark zone for hours, and I have not even gotten close to this mythical chest piece. So good luck to you guys. And I know some lucky bro in the comments is gonna tell me, oh yeah bro, day 1 Division 2 Warlods of New York DLC, as I hit 40, that exact chest piece dropped for me bro, and I thought it was trash and I either deconstructed it or I put it in my stash, yada 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 yada. I hate you. Okay, no, I'm joking. I'm kidding, guys. I'm just kidding, of course. Nothing would make me happier than you bros getting the best gear in the game and smashing some people in PvP with it. Not me, of course. Please, I beg you, don't smash me. Please, guys. Okay. Let's get back into the build. The chess piece I have, and it's a very bad one, sadly, is a Gila Guard chess piece. I would say that this is second best in slot here, as it gives you 5% extra armor as a one piece set bonus. It is very good as we're stacking a very high armor. Ideally, I'd like this Gila chest to have Unbreakable with headshot damage and hazard protection. Let's talk about Unbreakable. It is by far the best 1v1 PvP talent in the game right now. As I mentioned, incoming repairs increases the amount of percentage armor you get when your armor breaks up to like 90% or something, which is absolutely insane. I cannot tell you how many fights I have won because of Unbreakable. It is absolutely best in slot, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. However, we do have another contender. Drum roll, please. Okay, I don't have drums. It's efficient. Using an armor kit has 50% chance to not consume the armor kit. Already an amazing talent. Let me see actually if I have one before I finish the rest. Additionally, that's not all, guys. That's not all. Additionally, specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. This is nuts. Imagine using the firewall specialization armor kit, right? Which gives you 200% health and 200% armor over 10 seconds. Increase that by 100%. How does 400% health and 400% armor over 10 seconds sound to you? But wait, there's more. Incoming repairs also works with efficient, further boosting your armor kits. My friend Trick has his build maxed out with this, with efficient, and it gives him something stupid like 700% armor over 10 seconds, making him immortal for those 10 seconds. There is no amount of damage in the game that can kill him in those 10 seconds. Trust me, I've tried. I have tried. The only thing that kills him, of course, as we all know, is the full DPS rifles, but even then, you would have to hit him headshots only with that rifle. And that makes it a bit hard, and it still takes a while, so you can just melt that squishy rifle guy in like 1 second, right? The only issue with efficient that I have, and it's a bit of a deal breaker for me, is that first you have to take damage and not die, so you have to expose yourself to damage and not die, and then you have to retreat to cover and pop that armor kit. If you get it off, you're immortal for 10 seconds, but if you don't get it off, you're back at the checkpoint. So it can be very risky, and without a doubt, it will sometimes get you killed. It will also win you a lot of fights. So give it a try and see how you feel about it. I myself prefer Unbreakable, but efficient is a very close second. Another option you have is the exotic chess piece tardigrade. It is basically a weaker version of Unbreakable, but for the whole team, including yourself. It is good, but it is bonus armor. In other words, the blue armor. So it unfortunately also expires over 10 seconds. And also the biggest issue with it is it doesn't work with incoming repairs. So for that reason, I probably would never use it, but it can be good for saving a team in a pinch. So it's up to you guys if you want to use that or not. Alright, that was a lot for the armor. As for our weapons, we're using the Pestilence as our primary weapon, and we're using the super overpowered M1A rifle for when people are very far away, or honestly if I want to clear a landmark, because the base damage of the M1A is so powerful that I can shoot NPCs and actually kill them, even though I don't do a lot of damage with this build. Because this build is primarily PvP. It works really well in PvP, but it actually struggles against NPCs. So having the M1A there in a pinch is very good. I'm using the named Baker's Dozen. I'm sure you guys know what it does by now. Perfect lucky shot talent. Magazine capacity increased by 30%. Miss shots from cover have a 100% chance to return to the magazine. So it's super ammo efficient. If you miss shots, they come back into your magazine. No harm, no foul. So you just carry on shooting. Go for those headshots. It's a very powerful weapon. You get it in the season pass. The specific one, the Baker's Dozen. I'm not sure which level, but you get it there. So you guys can get it for yourselves and enjoy it. It's a very powerful weapon. As you can see, I have no damage and I'm still hitting for 360k a shot. So it's very good. Okay, then the main weapon, the star of this build, is by far the Pestilence. It is so good. As you can see, I got a max roll here. I've gotten reports of people getting it from the exotic caches. It also drops in DZ. It's important to note The first time you have to acquire it in the DZ. Once you get it in DZ and you extract it though, you can get it anywhere in the world afterwards. So it can drop in the light zone, it can drop anywhere, right? It is very, very powerful. Okay, so the talent on this exotic is Plague of the Outcasts. Hits apply a debuff, dealing 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds. This stacks up to 50 times. Whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. Very, very powerful. As for specialization, we use the Gunner for the weapon handling buff when we stand still, the rate of fire on kill increase, and the topping up of ammo for myself and the squad in action. Right? Firewall is just as good. For the insane armor kit and also setting enemies on fire when they break our armor. Also a very, very powerful option. As for our skills, I like to run the EMP Jammer Pulse, mainly to disrupt shields, but that is for when you want to kill them quickly. Alternatively, you can stack Pestilence Plague on the shield, which goes on the player as soon as you break their shield. It is very useful. You can fully stack the shield guy with the plague, kill him, and have all those stacks spread on his squishy DPS friends, resulting in very, very funny insta kills. And on my other skill, I'd like to use Defender Drone. Like I explained, it mitigates 10% of incoming damage. In my case, 10.5 because I have a mod that further boosts that, but 10% is default. It's absolutely amazing. However, remember to not use the drone or any deployable skill that can die versus this build, right? Because you will die to the 4th of July bugged explosion the moment your drone expires or dies, right? This about wraps it up for this build, my friends. If you have made it this far in the video, I salute you. You guys have been so good to me, liking my videos and subscribing. I never thought this would be possible, but you have almost gotten me to YouTube partner with just a few videos on my channel. I cannot thank you enough, and I'll be thanking you for the rest of my life. I love you guys, and thank you for making my dreams come true. I hope you enjoyed this build. Get out there and slay some players in the DZO conflict. See you guys in my next video. Godlike out.